Happy Monday, everybody. It's Monday. John Schiaroli here with Startup CPG Operations. Quick shout out to today's first sponsor, Gwen Coffee Supply. Amazing Vietnamese coffee. Keeps me going all week long. Anyway, let's jump into it. Have heard from a lot of people wanting to know a little bit about systems and when do we get out of Excel, when do we get out of G Suite and move into a system like QuickBooks or even SAP. Some people have asked, or something along those lines. So just a couple of quick things from my perspective. My experience is that QuickBooks is an amazing tool. Obviously, Excel is really, really cheap. I think it goes back to one of the earlier episodes, which is around getting the house in order, right? Inventory control, the basics we talked about. So getting in Excel and keeping things organized as far as how you maintain inventory, what you call things, PKG for packaging, ING for ingredients, FG for finished goods, etc. Talked a little bit about that. So getting into a good practice of doing that is critically important so that when you do move into something else, whether it's you're going from Excel to G Suite to QuickBooks, at least you've laid the foundation. So I think that it's a really good idea getting into the basics QuickBooks, probably when you have reoccurring revenue of maybe $10,000 to $20,000 a month. And it's inexpensive. You can get into the basic QuickBooks online for anywhere from $15 to $25 a month. And it allows you to have accounting and things set up so you can process invoices, order things, etc. But what I think is really important about QuickBooks, if that's the tool you're going to use, which I think is a really good one, the basics anyway, QuickBook Basics, is that if you don't know how to set up correctly, do some research, find someone that can help you. Because setting it up appropriately is super important because it's about planning for the future. Once you've outgrown basic QuickBooks, I'd say probably when you start to see that you're looking at a near $100,000 ballpark of recurring revenue, and you have a little bit more complexity in your business, what you're making, how many SKUs, etc. I think it's time to take a look at Enterprise. And Enterprise is a great tool. Could cost $1,200 a year, depending on how many people you have, could be up to $20,000 a year for a organization that's like 30, 40, 50 people. But in most instances, it's not going to be that much money. But what's important about setting it up are taking those basics that you had built in already into Excel and G Suite and taking a look at making sure you set up your chart of accounts correctly from a finance point of view. You set it up so it is consumable, so it's using your inventory whenever you sell something. Meaning, if it takes 12 bottles to make a case of your drink, and 12 closures, and 12 labels, and 5 pounds of whatever is in your bill of materials, make sure that it's set up as a consumable. It'd be up to you to learn and speak to your accountants about standard cost versus actual cost. I like standard cost because it says what should this typically cost me, and then when there's something that's different, I have a variance. It tells me something is proving better or worse. Keeping in mind landed cost. And what's really great about QuickBooks Enterprise again is it's very, very scalable. I've seen businesses run QuickBooks Enterprise up to $100 million in revenue, which is amazing. You would think of, well, it's just QuickBooks. I can go buy this anywhere. I can get it online. It's a powerful tool. And what's really nice about QuickBooks as well is it has a lot of add-ons, a lot of free add-ons and things you can use so you can continue to scale your business, whether it's inventory control, tracking and traceability. Fishbowl is a pretty good add-on a lot of people have heard of. But even QuickBooks on its own, Enterprise has great inventory control systems. You can have apps and add-ons for tracking expenses like Concur. A lot of you who maybe have worked for larger companies or heard of Concur. You can tap that into and connect it into QuickBooks. So there's a lot of great tools. There's HR tools, there's payroll processing apps and tools you can leverage. But it's really all about setting it up the right way so you have visibility into your business. The whole goal of any system, in my experience, is that it's set up the right way from inventory control point of view, financial and accounting point of view, and think about that once things are set up right and your supply chain's created right and your finance is set up the right way, you want to be able to run reports and look for the variance of when things aren't the way they're supposed to be. And that's really the long-term model for any company I've ever worked with or worked for, is getting to a point where the individual team members whatever department they work in, they're running the business on an exception report. Because that exception report means that something is not exactly how it should be. I am short code on product or the like. Pardon the dog in the background. It's COVID. Dogs rule. So variance reports are real good way to run the business. So that's the long-term goal, but foundation's critical, and moving from system to system is easy. You just need to be able to have the right foundation in place. Again, sorry about the barking, but not in the office. It is what it is. Have a great day. Any questions, don't be afraid to reach out. And just remember, say it all the time, be good to people, keep learning, and be generous. Hope everyone's safe, hope everyone's healthy. Talk to you soon.